those in need, do removals and things for people that can't afford it, and generally take in clothes, bedding, and again give it out to people who need it. We have 4 neighbourhood workers who visit the elderly and disabled in their own homes on a regular basis, doing shopping, hospital visits, or just in for a chat and things like that.
Do you want a biscuit, Mary?
No.
You should.
In the beginning, we were a more active organisation in fighting for community bases, things like that. As other groups have sprung from all that, we've sort of contracted down to concentrate mainly on the elderly and the advice side.
Oh, Mum, I don't want to go up any more stairs.
Be quiet. We've only got 11 flights to go.
Once you're able to do things for yourself, you often find you can do even more with other people, and life gets better. So it is in Wester Hailes.
I wouldn't get involved in community activity. I have enough problems looking after myself.
I'm glad I got involved in the community. It's helped me to cope with my own problems.
A lot of effort goes into producing the Sentinel, now one of the biggest community newspapers in the country. Mel Young is a professional journalist and its editor.
It's a picture, I think Sandra's got it. If you see Sandra about that.
The Sentinel's role is to provide an information gathering point and a community link between everybody that's there. One of the big problems in Wester Hailes is that people feel very isolated. And the Sentinel has a role, therefore, in keeping people together and in trying to foster some sort of community identity. It's got a unique record in that it's never missed a publication date in the 7 years that it's been going.
Put a line around it.
The layout in that was really good, and Chris, the front page was excellent.
Yes, right front page. So maybe now we could just go through the thing page by page.
There's also an editorial group, a contributors group, which is very important. They meet weekly and they discuss in detail what's actually going to go in the paper. They're made up of voluntary contributors from throughout Wester Hailes.
The bit saying high fashion in Wester Hailes, it's been boxed off there, and that looks like a separate thing. Whereas you've got these photos here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a great leap of the imagination to equate the hairstyles with the head. But yeah, I think you've got a point there, maybe if you'd left the...
Voluntary people kept it going for 4 years, and then they started employing staff, and that helps because you then had a centre of activity with employed staff that kept some sort of continuity. And the Sentinel is now a 24-page tabloid newspaper. It's looking towards coming out weekly as soon as it's financially feasible, and that will be a huge boost to the community because then the community groups will be able to advertise their activities and their goings on and their events on a much more regular basis.
Okay, so we need ideas for a feature for the next issue. Has anybody got any ideas for a feature for the next issue?
Well, how about going round all the bases and finding out exactly what they do and when they do it, like bingo and the youth nights, the older people's nights, lunch clubs and so on. Find out exactly what's done in each of the different centres.
Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Welcome to Marylebone Community Centre. Your first number, 3030.
I think that most people that come along to the centre find it a very friendly and relaxing place, and it's also a place for them to meet their friends as well, where they probably wouldn't do otherwise.
3 and 5.
Well, the main fundraising thing that happens in the centre, bringing people together, is the bingo and the social evening. This forms a game playing bingo, running raffles and what have you, and also arranging for nights out or trips out with the people to bring everybody together from the different areas.
71. 3 and 5, 35.
I think as well as that, you know, there's not just things happening in the bases are starting to go out and take trips away. In fact, there's one in Blackpool, the Blackpool weekend, they're taking a bus trip away from Westburn to Blackpool, and that's leaving on Friday. Maybe if we covered them, you know, getting on the bus and going away, and get them again when they come back, and that's how they enjoyed it.
Yeah, and on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 15th of September, there's a jumble sale being held at Clovenstone. They're trying to raise money to get a BMX ramp for the kids who've got the BMX bikes and need ramps, because they usually just make them out of bits of wood and stuff just lying in the street.
Well, first started off, we were going to have a jumble sale to raise money to get a JCB, to take away the muck, to dig the hill. It was £80 for a day, like, so for that money we could buy one. Then we went up to Johnny and asked him if we could have the jumble sale to raise money to buy a quarter bike, and he said aye.
It's normally the committee that decides what goes on. That was the first time that the kids have actually come up with the idea themselves, which to me was a good thing, and them thinking their own initiative.
Yeah, we just asked Johnny for a jumbo sale because we wanted something today and we couldn't think of a raffle and all that. So we just asked Johnny if we could do a jumbo sale. And he just said yeah. So we just started collecting stuff and that and had the jumbo sale, made £105.
If it wasn't for your centres, where would you be? You'd be in the house the now, watching your TV. 'Cause you'd be watching Match of the Day or even Dynasty. 'Cause you didn't ken all about your centres. Oh, Wester Hills is wonderful, oh, Wester Hills is brave. It's no good any Harlan, and dampness like a grave. But one thing for sure, you could always tell, the Tory Council all had pairs of wellies. If it wasn't for your centres, where would you be? You'd be in the house the now, watching your TV. 'Cause you'd be watching Match of the Day or even Dynasty. 'Cause you didn't ken all about your centres.
My life used to be so empty until I became a do-gooder. Now I'm on 2 committees, 2 subcommittees, 1 working party, and have been nominated coordinator of the interim liaison committee. My wife left me at the weekend, took the kids. Now I've nothing to do Saturday afternoons. I wonder if there's still a place left on the social club committee.
Do-gooders are a real pain. They're so self-righteous and sure of themselves.
We'd be in a bad way if people didn't help one another now and again.
Hello, hotline.
The hotline is a new service set up by local people to help with the drugs problem. Landy Robertson helped start the group.
Let Mrs. Poppet first. Tessa. Well, we've got to the bit where the bears actually stepped out of the fire.
A lot of us in the hotline have children, and we were worried that the fact that, you know, things to do with drugs, if not tackled fairly early on as a community response, that it would get out of hand.
Put them on a plate for the bear. Well, the bear looked round the little kid.
The hotline is people, just people who have got time to spend and help support other people. When we don't profess to be experts and we're not there to judge anybody, we're there to offer support. I think the reason why we decided on a professional workout was the fact that there are obviously skills that, although we're community people and none of us are trained, there are skills that we are going to need, like, for example, successful counselling, how to keep somebody calm when they're in crisis. Alistair Chalmers seemed to be more in tune with what we were trying to do as a community group. We started up this project specifically because we'd sort of noticed that there were areas where there was actually visible drug misuse within the community, and we were concerned about it. And we took quite a lot of help and support from the youth programme, who deals sort of predominantly with the youngsters. Now, they've reached out to a certain amount of the youth population that for the moment we haven't really got enough bodies to do. Well, the new hut actually for us is going to mean quite a lot, actually. I mean, we have already one professional worker. We hope to house 2 more in this sort of facility that we had prior to the new hut. There really wasn't much room to swing a cat. Now, the new hut is going to mean that we can offer a facility for people to actually come in and help themselves to whatever's going.
On the left-hand side there.
Get 2 rooms then.
But also also shared use of 2 interview rooms, which I think are being created by partitioning the room we're in presently.
That's right.
The kids I know take drugs to get rid of their problems. It makes their lives more exciting.
I don't think drugs are a problem. It's the people who take them that are.
Hello, how are you doing, Madge? Where have you been?
I was just down at the health centre.
Oh, what's the matter with you, hen?
Oh, it's my lumbago.
Here, what did they give you for it?
They gave me the stuff Valium.
Here, they gave me that for my migraine.
Oh, isn't that Valium wonderful stuff? It seems to cure everything.
Aye, aye.
Young people are crazy, but there's nothing you can do to stop them being like that.
I think young people have a lot to offer, but they don't get the chance. Too many older people get in the way.
Hello, this is the Sentinel Youth phone-in.
My name's Paul Gratton on my State Hills one. So I've phoned to say that at nights in Wester Hills there's nothing for teenagers to do. Most of us just sit about in walls or on stairs and things like that.
Someone who spends a lot of his time with young people is George Somerville.
What's happening in Wester Hills, we have community centres which are called huts. They seem to be geared up to catering for adults and for the younger playgroup children. There seems to be a great vacuum in Wester Hills regarding teenagers. I think the attitude of many people in Wester Hills who are connected with the centres is one that, well, we've got a facility there, we've got some time, let's just get them in and keep them off the streets. But that kind of attitude, it's not what the kids want, just to be taken off the streets. They want to be understood, they want to be listened to, they want a voice.
There's quite a lot for like wee kids up.